I am running for president of the United States to lead our great American comeback. Look, we know our country's going in the wrong direction. We see it with our eyes, and we feel it in our bones.
We begin this hour with Ron DeSantis' bid for the White House. The Florida governor officially launching his campaign for president. But the initial rollout wasn't so smooth.
That's right, Ainsley. Glitches on Twitter Spaces. The land a big announcement hosted by Elon Musk. DeSantis taking the technical difficulties in strides.
We had a huge audience. It was the biggest they'd ever had. It did break the Twitter space. And so we're really excited with the enthusiasm. But ultimately, it's about the future of our country.
But other presidential candidates seizing on the stumble. Former President Trump's campaign saying, quote, Ron, he actually said Rob DeSantis' botched campaign announcement is another example of why he is just not ready for the job. The stakes are too high, and the fight to save America is too critical to gamble on a first-timer who clearly is not ready for prime time. President Biden also taking a swipe at DeSantis, tweeting his re-election donation page with this caption, "This link works." Despite the shades, DeSantis has officially announced his campaign tour with his first stop set for Iowa next Tuesday. Keep in mind, he had a great interview and a 1 hour with Trey Gowdy at 8 p.m. last night. So it's not like he just went on Twitter Spaces. He went on elsewhere. Plus, I don't know if you could do whatever you want. I guess if you make a mistake, you're open. But you got to blame, if anyone, you got to blame the guy who owns it, Elon Musk. It's not Biden. It's not DeSantis' fault. If I'm interviewing someone on Fox and it goes down, you can't blame the person I'm interviewing.
I wonder if they thought about all of this before. There are going to be so many people that are watching this. You've got to make sure it works. I wonder if Ron DeSantis said, Elon, I will do this. And it's a great way to get my name out. It's a good way to promote Twitter and Twitter Spaces, which is a new thing. But I wonder if he said, but you got to make sure it doesn't crash.
But he's sending rockets into space. He could handle Twitter Spaces.
I know. So what happened? It was unable to cope with all the traffic, and it was regularly cutting out. 20 minutes of the feed was completely silenced, and the moderator, David Sachs, said so many people were listening that it had just melted the internet, basically. DeSantis started speaking 40 minutes into the scheduled time, and when he did start speaking, he was speaking on script. It wasn't on camera, so you heard his voice, but he did have a powerful message.
Well, he was also just reading from a document.
In the beginning, but then he had a conversation.
But I mean, we're talking about the announcement here, and this is your moment, and you don't know what you're going to say. I mean, I found it to be very boring, not inspiring at all. But maybe that wasn't the goal. Maybe he wanted to tone down the temperature. Maybe he didn't want the normal, rah, rah, rah speech. But again, you're talking with someone that is going against the former president of the United States, that is rah, 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 that has over 50% of the polling right now when it comes to approval rating amongst Republicans is very high. I guess I was just expecting him to come out swinging at the former president or saying what he was going to do better than Donald Trump. Now, there's sources are saying that when he had the private call with his donors as well as some of the local media, he took on Donald Trump then. But I think if you want to win this primary, and again, for all those people that say, this is over, I'm not saying that it's over yet. Everyone is going to have to earn this, and Republicans, they don't want Joe Biden at the end of the day. But there is the Republicans that I talk to that are in the Trump camp say that there's this opinion that the donor class is pushing Ron DeSantis, that a lot of the people that want to tone down the rhetoric.
Well, people are concerned that Trump can't win.
Well, that's the case that Ron DeSantis made.
Yeah, and he's saying yesterday, I'm tired of losing.
And that's the case that he's going to make with the voters. He said the same thing with Trey Gowdy. But again, when you look at the polling, them versus Joe Biden, they're both within the margin of error. I think DeSantis is up +1 and Trump is down 0.2, both in the margin. You're going to have to you got to win the primary first before you get to the general election. And Republicans these are just the Republicans that I'm talking to in diners all across the country. I'm not seeing the energy just yet for Ron DeSantis.
He's only been out one day.
Yeah.
Well, no, he's been running for months now. He just decided to actually put his name on the ballot.
We haven't seen any debates.
But he's been doing this book tour all across the country. So I guess I was expecting Ron DeSantis
let's see,
to rise to the
here's what
occasion.
Donald Trump said.
He said, I'd like to personally congratulate Rob, there's your word, he called him Rob DeSanctimonious, on finally announcing that he will be entering the race for president of the United States. Hopefully he will get the full experience of being attacked by the Marxist, communists, and radical left lunatics of our country, without which he will never know the kind of job he is doing. These lowlives and misfits are far worse than the leaders of hostile foreign countries. They must be soundly defeated in order to make America great again.
He also sent this out on True Social. Rob, my red button is bigger and stronger and is working. The truth, yours does not. Per my conversation with Kim Jong-un of North Korea, soon to become my friend, Trump said in a post. I don't know what that means. I have no idea what that means.
My button is bigger. My red button is bigger.
And he's... Kim Jong-un's my friend.
Okay. Do you have the connections maybe that I have with world leaders?
Okay. That was it.
I just think
Kim Jong-un would never be my friend.
I just think he's saying that you got to work with these guys, that he doesn't want nuclear war, that he's taking on Kim Jong-un, and he's taking on Putin as well. And I think it's the same thing that he's been saying. He doesn't want endless wars or anything like that. But again, that's something that's going to be on the debate stage. Ron DeSantis was on with Trey Gowdy last night. This is what he had to say.
I don't mind being called different things. I've been called everything but a child of God as it is. So that doesn't faze me. You can call me whatever you want. Just make sure you call me a winner, because that's what we've done in the state of Florida. And that's exactly what we would do nationally, not only in the election, but actually bringing all these great policies to bear. There'll be slings and arrows, but I'm a big boy. I can take it. You know, there's a lot of people that have given a lot more than that. So that this country can be free. You can see their tombstones in places like Arlington National Cemetery. So if the sacrifice I have to make is people are going to call me names, that pales into comparison what so many people have done for me throughout history so that I could live in a free country.
And here are the words he's going to use, because you know where he stands. Look at Florida. I'm going to righting the ship, restoring sanity, our society, normalcy to our communities. So sanity and normalcy is what they accuse Donald Trump of not having. The people that wouldn't vote for him. And he has no regrets on the Disney battle. He says it had to be done. And he would fire Christopher Wray right away. And he says, I'm here to stop the culture of losing. And he predicts he'll be sworn in a year from now.
So this is what the polling is looking like right now. Donald Trump, 53%, DeSantis, 20%, Pence, 5%, Haley at 4%, Ramaswamy, 4%, Cheney, 2%, and Scott at 2%. In April, it was 53%, 21% for DeSantis, 6% for Pence, 4% for Haley, Ramaswamy 3%, Cheney 2%, Scott 2%. And Ainsley, the point I'm making is, let's go back to 2016. There was a field of astute politicians that had this conservative record. You had Ted Cruz, who was the firebrand of conservatism, and the conversation was Donald Trump was not conservative enough. He doesn't have the backing, but the people went another way. And so my question is, who is going to be the candidate that is going to capture those same people? And when you look at the polling that we just stated right there, it doesn't seem like any candidate comes close to that, but that candidate would be Ron DeSantis with 20%.
Well, I think what Ron DeSantis said yesterday is, you know, many Republicans are very worried about the direction of this country. They don't like the progressive movement. They want more of a moderate country. And they worry. We're only 2 generations away from our grandparents fighting in World War II, and they fought for our freedoms, and we've seen many more wars since then. And so you just worry the direction of this country. We don't want to lose this country. And if you talk to citizens that have just moved here or just become citizens, they say, all of my dreams have come true here. I was talking to a guy the other day who they knocked on his door in Kosovo during the war. And they set his house on fire. His entire family had to move and leave. They fled to America. His uncles were supers in a building in Queens, and they came and lived in that building. And he said, this is the greatest country in the world, and I am scared we are going to lose it. Right. Because when you're faced with something like that, and it's true, we're also worried about that. And so when Ron DeSantis said American decline is not inevitable, it is a choice. And I think when people look at these 2 candidates, whether it's Ron DeSantis or if they look at any of those Republicans, we have a great field in the Republicans, really sharp individuals with a lot of experience in foreign policy. And if you look at Donald Trump, we know what Donald Trump stands for. No, you might not like the way he tweets. You might not like some of the name calling. But we know where he stands on his policies. And people are fearful that this country, we're losing this country.
But the question is, Can he win over the people he lost? Can he get suburban housewives back? Can he go into those battleground states and flip Pennsylvania? Can he get Arizona back? Can he get Georgia back? And when you start seeing those state polls and you see these guys, men and women, going head-to-head, it's going to be fascinating. 2 more people you can expect in the race. I think Chris Christie in a couple of weeks. He's going to be the guy there. He's got experience.
He's another one that I like listening to him because he will say what's on his mind.
Right. And Vice President Mike Pence. I think they're both going to get in.
Solid guy.
And who does that hurt? That hurts Ron DeSantis. I mean, they're taking away from that same voter pool. It seems like the Republican base is with one guy.
Yeah. And everyone says the more that get in,
the better it is for Trump.
But there's something to think about.
Helps Trump.
There are 17 states with winner take all. So you go in there and you lose by 2 percentage points, you get nothing. You get nothing. So they wanted to, on the Republican side, send the message, as Governor Sununu said, get out. If you do not have a shot and you go to New Hampshire, you have 0, you got to get out. Don't drag this out.
Some of them want to be,
like they did with Joe Biden.
Some of them want to be vice presidents or cabinet, so they want traction before they get out.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
They want a chance to debate and be on the stage and go out.
It's going to be interesting.
To we have a long time, y'all. We have till next July until the convention. So we have time. We have more than a year.
August debates. That'll be the next big.
That's right.
I'm Steve Doocy.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.